AISmartPlan is a plugin software that connects to most airline ERPs to help automate the maintenance planning process. To achieve this, it requires the integration of various input data: aircraft flights and ground times, people and their qualifications, rosters, tools, and inventory availability. This integration is important to make the best decisions when it comes to scheduling maintenance tasks and allocating resources. Given AISmartPlan has access to all this data, it allows you to create time-saving dashboards, which prevent users from going through multiple systems and reports to do their maintenance planning. Each user can get a customized dashboard. Let's first look at aircraft configurations. Aircraft records maintain their current counters, typically through integrations, applied mods, and installed rotables. The ground times for this aircraft are also typically integrated from an operational system, which will be used to accurately schedule the maintenance tasks. We can also see the work queue for this specific aircraft. The master planning Gantt displays the aircraft flights and ground times in one easy-to-understand chart. The color coding of the ground times informs users of the possibility of scheduling tasks. The small gray areas are turnarounds, whereas the white areas are overnight ground times. In some overnights, we can see light blue areas. These indicate the lack of roster coverage. The Gantt is visually flagging when engineers are available to do the scheduled work. When the auto-scheduling is run, this chart will also show the planned tasks and any warnings associated to them. In the resource menu, we can first have a look at airports. Each airport can be configured two ways: as capacity only, meaning we're not managing rosters, just capability levels, or name people, meaning we're managing individual people and their rosters. For example, Montreal Airport is configured as a capacity-only airport. Toronto is set up as named people, which includes each person and their roster pattern. We can see the complete list of personnel in the employee screen. This is where we can find their location, roster patterns, and list of capabilities. These are important for the system to match the task requirements when doing planning and production allocation. We can also see future shifts in a list format. And when the planning is done, we'll be able to see the assignments in the Assignment tab. The shift view provides a Gantt format of the upcoming rosters. The white areas are times during which each employee is available to work, giving us a quick overview of the total coverage. When the planning is done, these rosters will be filled with assigned tasks. Let's go back to the master planning view. We looked at the Gantt screen just before. It's also worth noting that we can manage these tasks in a list format, right here on the List tab. We can filter by typing a keyword, or we can create a structured filter. This is useful to quickly navigate to the task forecasts. Back in the Gantt, the Action button gives us access to SkyPilot, which is the auto-scheduling AI. In this dialog, we can configure manual scheduling runs by selecting the task subset we're going to schedule. In this case, all tasks, how long we're going to let the scheduler run, and how far ahead in time we're auto-scheduling. In this case, we're going to do it for the next week only. Finally, we're going to choose the scenario to run it on. AISmartPlan can manage multiple scheduling scenarios, which allows you to do what-if analyses. We then launch the auto-scheduler. As the scheduling progresses, we can see that the score is getting higher. This is the AI scoring its own solutions against pre-configured settings. It's trying to get the score as close as possible to 0, which would indicate a perfect schedule. Once the auto-scheduling is finished, the Gantt view is updated, and all tasks are positioned to reflect the best possible schedule. As you can see, these tasks are scheduled on specific ground times, when there's roster coverage, and they're mostly skewed towards the beginning of the ground time. This is because we had pre-configured the settings to minimize the overall maintenance time for each ground time. Another option could have been to use the maximum amount of ground time while minimizing the number of assigned engineers. These preferences can be configured to cater to each customer's specific requirements. We can also use this view to manually fine-tune the plan with a simple drag and drop feature. By clicking on a task, we can easily see the assigned resources that the autoscheduler has chosen according to our preferences. If we go back to the Employee screen in the Assignment tab, we can now review the assignment sequence for each engineer. Each sequence has been carefully created by the AI to balance the availability of the aircraft, skills, rosters, inventory, and specific preferences of each customer. These assignments can also be visualized on the Shift screen, where we can see the loading for each engineer. Normally, these tasks will be exported back to the ERP as packaged work orders per roster or ground time according to the customer's preference.